The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Clark's Pump and Shop, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, I'm Gary Ball. Welcome to the 20th year of the Scholastic Ball Report. We've got a great show for you this week. As always, we have a feature from WKYT from around the state of Kentucky. The Roberts Insurance Team of the Week, Woodford County Football Team. Dennis Shantz is in with 3 of his outstanding team members. The Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week, a student from Gray Crossing High School 4.0. From Nicholasville, we have the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week with some great sports action. From UK Sports Medicine Healthcare, Ricky Morris of Lincoln County High School. But we know what you want. You want the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. It's called Game Time with Brian Milam, Lee K. Howard.
It's postseason time in the Bluegrass, and let's just start right with it. Let's go to the 6A playoffs.
Yeah, Tate's Creek, they were at home tonight. The Commodores, they've not lost an opening round playoff game since 2015. Their opponent, GRC, well, they've not won a first round road game since 2006.
How about that? What a great finish at Roy Walton Stadium. Second quarter. GRC leads 12-3. Marquavian Smith with the touchdown run. Get it in the pylon. Give him 6. Yes, sir. It's 12-10. Cardinals final seconds of the first half. Talik Maxwell scrambles, gets away, sets his feet, and let her fly. The Hail Mary is answered. He finds Joey Hill for 70 yards. Clark up 19-10. Now, last play of the game. Season on the line. Andrew Witherington. Keyshawn Douthit on the little slant. 1 second left, and Tate's Creek survives and advances 20-19.
Neighbor helping neighbor. At Whitaker Bank, we believe in giving back to our communities. Through our many sponsorships, we help provide our fellow Kentuckians with family-friendly fun and events, and scholarships to help students reach their dreams. We know you need banking to be fast and easy. We help with personalized services like mobile deposit. Get the app today and app Snap Deposit. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Good things come to those who wait. Unless you use Distinctive Design Remodeling to upgrade your home. Go from fine to fantastic faster than you may think. With this many finished projects, what are you waiting for? Get your addition finished faster with Distinctive Design Remodeling.
How do you see the world?
Ha! At Shriners Hospitals for Children, we know that changing how you see things can turn them into everyday miracles.
Like riding my bike.
Breaking boards. Ha! Hugging my mom.
Every day for over 90 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has been sending love to the rescue, regardless of a family's ability to pay.
If you know a child we can help, call or go online now.
The WKYT First Alert Weather app, alerting you first to inconvenient weather, tracking storms live, and bringing you hour-by-hour forecasts wherever you are. Download the WKYT First Alert Weather app today.
The Clark County Cardinals are ready for the playoffs after finishing the regular season with a 7-3 record. In Friday night's 31-0 shutout over Connor, sophomore running back Kalen Washington ran for 142 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You know, it's fun. Every time I just get in the zone, it's the best feeling ever.
That performance was nothing new for Washington, who on the season has rushed for 966 yards and 16 touchdowns.
I mean, he just goes out there and plays his own game. He plays real hard. He's real tough, strong runner, breaks a lot of tackles. So, I mean, I'm glad to have him on the team with me.
His quarterback compares him to a shorter Derrick Henry, but Washington has always gone by the nickname Jaws.
Ever since I was little, I used to just dominate everybody on the field, so my dad came up with the nickname Jaws.
GRC has scored 363 points this season, the second most in school history. The only team to score more was the 1991 state championship team. Jaws says the Cardinals are poised for another big run this season.
The focus and dedication, I feel like not just one person wants it, everybody on the team wants it.
In Winchester, Lee K. Howard, WKYT.
Hello, welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. As we honor the Roberts Insurance Team of the Week, Woodford County High School football team, Yellow Jackets. With us is football coach Dennis Johnson, three of his players. Welcome to the show, Coach.
How you doing? Appreciate you having us.
We're doing great. I know you're doing good, Coach, because you got a great team. Describe the makeup and experience of the Jackets this year.
Well, I think we have an experienced team. I think coming off of last year, having a 13-1 record, these guys were able to experience some championship type games. And so with the experience we have that came back this year and some youth, some players who've really stepped up this year, I think it's enabled us to go 9-1. We've had a good season, played a great Simon King team last Friday, had our first loss, but it was good for us going to the playoffs. We had to play 4 quarters. It was a great exciting football game. But my kids have worked extremely hard. They practice extremely hard, and thus they're getting some of the benefits on Friday nights. And so we're excited to start the playoffs. Excited to have a good regular season. And like I said, everybody at this point in the season and wants to win the state title. And so we're going to take our first steps on Friday night versus Whitley County.
Introduce your players that are with us today.
Yes, to me, to my right, I have Aiden Nelson, who plays wide receiver, defensive back. I have right behind me my big offensive lineman, 6'6", 305, Mr. Tristan Cook, who's a Ball State commit. And to my left is Grant Garrison, a.k.a. Skunk, who's plays defensive end for us, and he's the all-time leading sack guy for Woodford County. So I have three great players, 3 great leaders on our team.
Grant Garrison, he's a senior, a 4.0 student. You're a defensive end and the all-time leading sack man at Woodford County High School. What does that stat mean to you?
To me, it just kind of shows the great team I've had to surround me. I can't really pin that award just strictly on me. If I didn't have good offensive linemen to do scout and to practice with me every day, I wouldn't be able to enhance my skills every year. So to me, it shows kind of everybody around me has kind of sharpened me in a way to be a great pass rusher. So I'm grateful to have the award, but I can't pin it all on myself. I'm very grateful to have a lot of good offensive linemen that have helped me hone my skills over the years.
What do you like about the defensive end spot?
I like playing defensive end the most because it kind of is an aspect of multiple key parts of being a football player. You have to be honed in field vision. You have to be able to see the play. You have to be able to be instinctive and make quick reads. You have to be able to pass rush, strength, agility, balance to stay on the edge. So it's kind of like being a tight end. You kind of have an aspect of every position all in one.
Well, Tristan Cook, another senior, another 4.0 student, big offensive lineman. Coach said he's 6'6", 305, and you play offensive line. You have over 70 pancake blocks this year and a 4.0 student. What attracted you to the game of football? Was it those pancakes?
Well, when I was little, my dad, he said, you got to do something. And I tried everything when I was little, but just being naturally big, I stuck to football. And ever since I was in 3rd grade, I've just loved football. And I've had a helmet on my head since I was, born. So just love the game.
What have you done to work on your game in practice?
Coach always says you practice how you play, and it's the truth. I had about week 4, I had a bad practice and I had a bad game, and it showed. And for me personally, I didn't like my performance, and I said I didn't do well in practice. So the next week I stepped it up, and it's the little things. Whenever I'm in practice, it's that first step. It's not, I want a pancake every play. No. That's not what I try to focus on. If I can take that first small step, it leads to the bigger things, which ends up with pancakes.
That's good. As a Ball State University commit, what are your college goals when you get there?
I'm just going to take it step by step. It's really big right now. I plan to graduate early so that I can get in and get in with the program. I think it'll be good for me so that I kind of get ahead of the game and kind of get used to it. I'm just going to take it day by day and see how it goes.
Aiden Nelson, you're a senior, Aiden, and a good student. As a wide receiver defensive back, you have some pretty impressive stats on your season. 10 touchdowns, 6 receiving, and 4 rushing. Also 2 interceptions, so you do everything but sell popcorn. How do you handle the pressure of playing these 3 positions?
To be honest with you, I love the challenge of being athletic on both sides of the ball. So, it's really not even pressure to me. It's just challenges from the coaches and from my teammates to make the plays that needed to be made. So, I just take on that challenge every week.
Well, which position do you like the best on the field?
I love defensive back, but I also love receiver. Having being at the receiver position and playing DB, I know what to expect from a DB because I know what a DB is thinking sometimes, just from having experience at that position. So playing receiver and knowing what to expect, it makes the game easier for me.
Thank you, Coach Johnson, and your players for Grant, Tristan, and Aiden for being on the show today. That's it for the Roberts Insurance Team of the Week. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Okay, with so many places to buy new appliances, where should you go? A big box store? How about a warehouse club? I don't think so. Go where your neighbors go. P-Rats was voted Central Kentucky's favorite place to buy appliances. Here's why. They have all the major brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Low interest financing with options to fit any budget. Plus an award-winning in-house service and installation team. Voted Central Kentucky's favorite place for appliances. We're the best in the bluegrass.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
No matter who you cheer for or what the sport,
Clark's Puppet Shop is there to support the young people who play.
Whether it's a snack on the way to the game or restocking on the way home, Clark's is the winning stop. And whether you're choosing from drinks, chips, or a one-of-a-kind crispy, crunchy chicken, you'll be a winner no matter what the scoreboard says.
Clark's Puppet Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Hi, this is Kevin with Kentucky Cash Home Buyers, and we buy houses. We're the call to make to sell your house as is for a fair cash offer. We buy homes all over the area in any price range. Inherited houses, foreclosures, bad renter houses, vacant, or even nicer homes you just can't keep up with. Don't make any repairs or even clean up, and best of all, no closing cost. We're helping people all over the area sell their house as is. Call today for a fast, fair cash offer. Call 859-810-SOLD. That's 859-810-SOLD.
Oh, hey, things are cooling off. Go ahead and give us a call here at Hubman Camp. Get your fall tuned up good.
Catch Cash Daniel every week talking with local athletes about what they do outside their sport and in their communities on Players Corner Off the Bench with Cash Daniel. Every Thursday only on Everyday Kentucky on WKYT. Brought to you by UK Federal Credit Union.
Hello, welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report as we honor the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. It's Pilot Lucasco, a football team member from Great Crossing High School. Welcome in, Pilot.
Thanks for having me out here today, or on here today.
And you got an interesting name. How'd that come about?
So when my parents were on their way to have me in the hospital, they still didn't have a name quite picked out for me yet. And the hospital I was born in was right near the airport. So when they drove by, they were like, hey, thought of it. They're like, let's name him Pilot. And it's spelled just like you would see a normal airplane pilot, P-I-L-O-T. And that's what they stuck with, and that's what I got. And I love my name.
Yeah, it's different. That's a good name. Who got you interested in playing football?
Honestly, I'd like to say it was kind of myself, even though I grew up watching football, but I kind of grew up playing baseball and soccer. But by the time of elementary fifth grade or so, I picked up some books out of the library of some famous football players like Jerry Rice and some players like that. And I read them. I was like, this sounds like fun. So I gave it a shot, and I've been playing since, and I love it.
As a linebacker, you're third on the team in tackles with 61 tackles total. What do you like about playing that position of linebacker?
I love linebacker because it gives you a nice see of the field. You're not too far back to be out of the play at most times, but you can really be in. And then you're also kind of like the leader of the defense, kind of the captain. So most of the time you're getting the play calls in from our defensive coordinator. He'll let us know, and then you kind of communicate it. So I just like to have that nice lead role and just be able to communicate to everybody else, make sure everybody's on the same page and running the same thing. And I just like getting to the ball. I don't like to play back most of the time.
Well, you're a well-rounded student, so let's talk about your academic accomplishments. You're a really good student, 4.0 GPA. Describe the time management plan to excel at both football and academics.
See, like it's called a student athlete, the student does come first. So a lot of the time, right now, especially my senior year, I take some college classes where they don't meet every day. So I set that time in like the morning. So, hey, I have this 2-hour period. I don't have class. So I get all my work done. I focus in instead of, just sleeping in, just waiting to go to school. I set some of that time aside coming home from practice. If I didn't get everything in done before I eat, I'll make sure, hey, let me get this done first. Then I can finish what I got the rest of my time to do.
Do you have college plans and a particular area of interest in college?
I would still like to say I haven't picked my school yet. I still have certain schools out there I would prefer to play football in college. I want to play. But if not, I still got to pick out what school I want to be interested in going to.
Well, thank you, Pilot, for being on the Scholastic Ball Report today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's it for the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Let's take a look at our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. It's GRC and Tate's Creek. Last play of the game, Creekers down 19-13. Andrew Witherington finds Keyshawn Douthit on the slant with 1 second left. And Tate's Creek survives and advances on the Witherington to Douthit touchdown pass. That is our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Other heating and cooling contractors in our area will add plumbing, electrical, and insulation. Here at Comfort Master, we concentrate on one thing, your heating and cooling.
Trust Comfort Master, where your comfort is our job.
1 in 4 people have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also an actor and advocate for disability inclusion across all aspects of life. The disability community is passionate, strong, powerful. We have so much to offer and deserve to be included in society. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Eat Your Seals is delivering services, advocacy, and local supports that elevate the communities for everyone. That's my Eat Your Seals. Make it yours.
Welcome to the place where stories are told,
yeah, man,
legends are celebrated, and dreams are made. Kick off your boots and stay a while, because you don't want to miss out.
Yeah!
We are Circle Network. Country plays here.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report for the UK Sports Medicine and Healthcare segment. Today we have Ricky Morse, athletic trainer from Lincoln County High School, to talk to us about exercise recovery. Welcome in, Ricky.
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody?
We're doing great. This is a great topic. We often hear about athletes and the recovery and how important that is after a workout or after a contest or whatever, to make them function at the highest level. What does that routine actually look like?
So ideally at the end of each workout, you can, carve out a little bit of time, about 10 minutes, to kind of bring the heart rate down, go with some stretching or some mobility work. And then after that, within about an hour, eating a nice balanced meal, that replenishes water, energy, and all the other nutrients that you used up during the activity.
Well, you mentioned how they need to cool down, maybe stretch. Obviously, sometimes if it's an away game or a contest, they've got to travel back home and then prepare a meal and eat within an hour. So that kind of sounds challenging for athletes on game day or a morning practice. Can it be done?
It can be done. Sometimes it looks a little different than ideal, and that's the case with any athlete. And I would say arguably, it's even more difficult for a student athlete that has 8 hours of school every day. But for them, sometimes a proper cool down or preparing a meal, like I outlined earlier, doesn't really fit in. But any little bit of progress, still can add up over time. And with that, what I mean is like a good stretch routine right before bed. You're still going to get a lot of benefit out of something like that, even though it's not right after practice. And with the nutrition, if you can get your hands on like a high protein, something like that for a breakfast sandwich, or, oatmeal with some fruit, something like that is a meal that you can maybe prepare the night before and just have ready to grab before you go out the door in the morning. As long as you're trying your best to skip those high sugar, processed artificial ingredients type of stuff, you're doing more good for your body than harm, and trying to recover that and get ready for the next one.
Well, one of the important points that you made was trying to have balance in your meals, and some of the ingredients you've already mentioned that are better than high sugar, types of things, or candy bars or things like that. So what other ingredients can you suggest?
Just kind of like your cookie cutter post-workout meal is, something like grilled or roasted chicken, roasted and steamed vegetables, some sort of rice or potatoes. You can put any or all of your favorite seasonings on all those to help the flavor some. I know that can be a little bland. That's kind of a general idea to have in your head. But if you're in a situation like we talked about earlier, where it's a morning workout and time is an issue, then maybe something like a protein shake with some fruit, or a bagel with with some sort of light spread is a little better to keep you going like through the day without weighing you down. Other meats all have their pros and cons compared to chicken. But sometimes people overlook that beans, all sorts of beans, can be a really good source of protein too, if you happen not to like meat for whatever reason. As long as you're eating something with a good amount of protein, a decent amount of carbs, and a decent amount of fat within about 2 hours from your exercise or so, you're still going to be replenishing your body with what it needs to recover.
Well, thank you, Ricky, for that important information on exercise recovery from athletic participation.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.
That's Ricky Morris from UK Sports Medicine, always keeping us healthy for all high school athletics.
Is this year that Douglas finally breaks the door down and wins that state title, right? I mean, because if you think about it, the last 3 years, the Broncos, they've been to the mountaintop twice, only to be knocked off at the very end. So the Broncos starting their postseason run tonight against Connor, the sacrificial Cougar tonight. First quarter, TJ Horton, here's the touchdown, weaving through the Connor defense like he's shopping at Kroger. Look, just browsing.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Yeah, now time to check out. Ooh, 59-yard touchdown to give Douglas a 15-0 lead. Next Douglas drive, Cole Carpenter fakes the pitch. He's looking deep. Tylon Dunn reels it in over 2 defenders. The route was on. 1 minute left in the quarter. Broncos are going to find pay dirt once again. Davon Hart loves him some touchdowns. The first of 2 on the night for him. Douglas runs away with it 50-0. All right, one more here. Bryan Station defending the fort against the invading Lafayette Generals. You know, there's only one of two reasons, Brian, why we would show you a punt, right? This is one of them. Damon Green fielding and Damon Green flying.
And running.
Yeah, he wouldn't be caught if this were flag football, right? 7-0 Bryan Station on the board first. Philip Hawkins, he's got a smile on his face. Next Lafayette punt, you guessed it. This is not a replay. Damian's got the green light. This time for 45 yards. His second of the night. Bryan Station, well, they never look back. 41-0, the final score.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Good things come to those who wait. Unless you use Distinctive Design Remodeling to upgrade your home. Go from fine to fantastic faster than you may think. With this many finished projects, what are you waiting for? Get your addition finished faster with Distinctive Design Remodeling.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. Attention veterans and civilians. Have you or a loved one spent time at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987? If so, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Drinking water contamination at Camp Lejeune has been linked to serious diseases, including cancers, kidney injuries, neurological disorders, or other serious injury. If you or a loved one was at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987, call the number on your screen or visit campeljustice.com immediately for a free consultation.
Lexington, Kentucky, where every day there's places to go, things to do. And WKYT is your home for it all. Everyday Kentucky with Martina and Jim, weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
That's a show for this week. Join us next week for another exciting show of the Scholastic Ball Report as we highlight high school athletes. As always, thanks to our Scholastic Ball Report team that make it possible. Pressman's King of Stream, William Warfield. Joel Clace, our director of KYT. Executive producer, Bridget DeVries. And the WKYT sports staff, Brian Molling, Lee K. Howard, and all the staff out there. And remember, for those you see and those you don't see, keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Clark's Pump and Shop, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.